Go for the beers. Go for the cheers. Go for the hit and the hits. Go for the scene. Go for the screens. Go for the gallery. Go for the win. Go to Ocean.
I don't know what it looks like right now. Like, if it looks like I'm in this, like, 7th layer of hell. It's 7. Like, Dante wrote about, like, the layers of hell, right? And all that stuff. I don't know. Well, anyway, I'm coming to you live again from my brother-in-law's carport, like I did about a month ago. Nothing's more Maryland than being on a carport. But anyway, down here for the holiday weekend. Looking forward to spending some time with the family. I told you guys I got a nice little fishing trip planned for Sunday, I think it is. Be going after some largemouth bass, hopefully. But anyway, tonight sucked. Tonight sucked, especially because, you know, when you watch the game with non-Phillies fans and non-Philly people, you know, you go down a couple of runs, you go down 3-1, for instance, and, oh, this game's over, that kind of thing. And it's like, oh, no, they've been outscoring teams for the most part. You know, after the 6th inning, they've been doing a great job. And, of course, Trey Turner does disappoint. But let's cut to the chase. Okay, Trey Turner's heroics get wasted. It's as simple as that. They get wasted by Jose Alvarado and his inability to find the strike zone and him laying in meatballs. 2 hits, 2 walks, 4 runs. 4 runs. He pitches 1/3 of an inning. That's a lot of damage in a very short amount of time. That's efficient damage. That's like he barely pitched, but, man, he pitched a lot. And then Alec Bohm, man. I feel for Alec Bohm. He's a better ball player than that. He's been a better player than that. That is early 2022 Alec Bohm playing third base on that particular play. I would expect that play to be made by – I wouldn't expect that play to be made by Alec Bohm early last year. But 2023 Alec Bohm, who has been great at first base, 2023 Alec Bohm, who's been great at third base, should make that play. He did not make that play tonight, as we all saw. To me, my take on the situation was that he just didn't move his feet. He reached for it. He should have slid his feet, should have gotten there in a better position to grab that ball, and he tried to snow cone it. I think he tried to rush it. He didn't have to rush it, but he makes that play. The Phillies are out of that inning. The Phillies are still enjoying a 1-run lead before they move into the 9th inning, and unfortunately, that just wasn't the case. But to me, it just looked like he didn't move his feet. He stopped moving to his right to make that play. He's a much better ball player than that, but there's no doubt that a combination of Jose Alvarado and Alec Bohm's play cost him the game tonight. It cost him the game tonight. There was one mistake made by Zach Wheeler, who pitched a solid game, 6 innings, 3 runs, quality start, whoop-de-doo, 10 strikeouts, okay, for Zach Wheeler. But he made that one mistake where he just hung a sweeper. And that ball got belted out of the ballpark. It was as simple as that. And that was after the Brewers made a mistake, a base running blunder there by not tagging up on that long fly ball hit to center field where Brandon Marsh made that awkward catch, but still good catch. He ended up making it there. But they didn't capitalize on that opportunity by being able to tag up and move to third. Instead, they stayed put at second base. And then later, of course, the 3-run homer comes up in the inning, and that was that. It was just a sweeper that was hung over the plate. But if you really boil it down, you wait until this team is able to go after a bullpen. And the Brewers have one of the best bullpens in baseball for what they've been able to do so far this season. They're throwing out guys with 2.50 ERAs. They're throwing out guys with 1.60 ERAs. They're throwing out guys out there tonight that were like Williams, for instance, that have been a dominant pitcher, 31 saves on the season, just a dominant pitcher this season. And you have a guy in Trey Turner just capitalize and blast one off of him. And then you end up wasting that. Like, you can't waste heroics. You can't waste heroics in September, especially. And here's the good news. If we're looking for some sign that any amount of August is going to carry into September, at least you know that a guy like Kyle Schwarber is going to keep hitting home runs for you. You know a guy like Trey Turner is going to keep hitting home runs for you. But the Phillies overall need to win games in September. The Phillies have not had a plus 500 record in the month of September. Do you realize this? Since Pete Mackanin was the manager. Like, that's how far back you got to go. 2017, Pete Mackanin was your manager, and the Phillies, I think, were 2 games over 500. The last time they were over 500 in the month of September. Even last year with the great second half push that they had, September still under 500. That can't be the MO of this team, especially if you're looking to solidify your place as a wild card team. I still have confidence in the Phillies, got faith in the Phillies and all that, but man, that takes a hit tonight. If your bullpen can't figure it out, if Jose Alvarado can't get back on the right track, if Andrew Bellotti or Jeff Hoffman struggle, and he actually pitched well coming into the game, got to play, was able to get out of the jam, but it was the error, unfortunately. But for the most part, he did his job. The team didn't back him up. Jose Alvarado, of course, didn't help anybody out. But your bullpen now, over your last 3 games, going back to that 3-run appearance by Bellotti against the Angels in the game the Phillies still held on to win, but still nonetheless, Bellotti, 3 runs. Then Soto and Kimbrel combined to allow 5 runs in game 3 against the Angels. And then tonight, Jose Alvarado, 4 runs scored. You can't have a bullpen like that and expect to have either a good September, and you certainly can't expect to have a good playoff push. If you make it into the playoffs, when you make it into the playoffs, you can't expect to have a long playoff run if your bullpen is not putting up. That is the biggest thing I take away from tonight's game. It's, yes, of course, the Phillies struggled in the field. The bullpen struggled, of course. Bohm struggled at third. But the bottom line was tonight, the bullpen let you down. Jose Alvarado, most notably, let you down. He has been Mr. Reliable for the vast majority of last year when he was healthy this year. I don't know if he needs another break or if he is just not 100% healthy, but whatever it is, he can't lose the strike zone that he lost tonight, the way he lost it tonight. Very disappointing loss for the Phillies. Disappointing to see Alvarado struggle the way he did. Again, 4 base runners walking in a run, inexcusable. Making that bad play at third base, making that 3-run error by Alec Bohm, as great as he's been, and all the accolades in the world for how great and how integral and important he has been to this Phillies team, you can't make that play the way he made it tonight. Can't make it. Certainly a rough one. I see you guys already in the comments tonight in a very similar place than I am in, except for being on a carport. You're not on a carport. I'm on a carport. But the Phillies tonight, I see you guys' comments, and I'm right there with you as far as the emotions go surrounding this. By the way, I do have to tell you, I'm seeing me on the monitor now. Yeah, this definitely looks like the 7th layer of hell. Anyway, this show is brought to you by the wonderful people of Colony Pools and Power Washing. Let Colony bring your house back to life for the summer of 2023. So hit up Colony Pools and Power Washing. I tweet them out, so check them out there as well. But let's see what you guys have to say in the chat, because I know it's an eventful night with all that we have going on here tonight. Farzy can't bench the bar. I feel like I can't bench the bar tonight. That's how I feel after this kind of loss, unfortunately. Bad loss, Farzy. Bad loss. Absolutely. That's 2 embarrassing losses in a row. Well, here's what's most embarrassing about it. You have a guy like Trey Turner literally hand you 2 wins and say, here you go, guys. And you hand it to your bullpen. Either it's Soto or Kimbrel that blow it, or tonight it's Jose Alvarado that blows it. This is are we at the point of the season where we've really enjoyed the spoils of certain things? Like the Phillies have had a pretty good bullpen this year. Is this the part of the season now where oh, wow, we haven't really worried about the bullpen. Now we're going to worry about the bullpen. In the last month plus of the season, this is going to be the time where the bullpen implodes? Cool. They didn't know who their closer was for a while. Then they settled on Craig Kimbrel. They weren't sure what they were going to get from Jose Alvarado, who struggled a little bit, very little at the beginning of the season when they finally were able to get to him. Then he has 2 different stints on the IL. He comes back. Jeff Hoffman had some up and down moments. Now he looks like he has found his groove. Soto certainly had his groove tonight, no doubt about that. But now's going to be the time where the bullpen decides, oh, yeah, this is where we're going to figure out how to pitch. That doesn't make any damn sense, unfortunately, but this is the way it looks. Worst loss of the season, second worst loss of the season. I'll put it like this. This might be the most disappointing. I'll put it like that because Bohm makes that play. 9 times out of 10, whatever, 99 times out of 100, Bohm makes that play. Why he stopped shuffling his feet, my only theory, and I'm sure we'll catch him at some point afterwards, later on tonight, where we'll see him, address it. And it seemed like he rushed it. He had a lot more time than he thought he had to make that play. He had one more shuffle in him to make it over to that ball, to pick it and get it out and retire the side. And the Phillies would still have a 1-0 lead. And then who knows, with the way the bullpen has been recently, maybe they don't close it out there in the bottom of the 9th inning. just a rough one. How many worst losses of the season can we take, says Greg Benson. Yeah, not many more. It is September. Lucky the Reds walked off the Cubs. That is lucky. Says as far as he can't bench the bar. John Messina, what's up, John? Bad loss, bullpen implodes again. They blow it in the most pathetic ways, says whatever the hell that is. Whatever it is, it's great. I'll just say that. Chin up, Farzy. It's one loss. Let's win tomorrow. Well, it's 2 losses in a row now. You know what this is? They win one more. That's called a losing streak. Babs, nice to see you. Maboot. I'm just going to say that's how I'll pronounce it. Maboot. What the hell? We need a laugh. My boot cheeks hurt is the name in the comment. Blowing a game like this in such a pathetic fashion, I can't accept this loss. Ruined my damn night. Hey, man, I ain't feeling too good. I tell you what I will do. I might just be boozing it up after I get done with this little program. The choke is happening once again. Alvarado blows it. It's a crazy thing in the month. Like, think about that for a second. Pete McCannon was your manager the last time the Phillies had a winning record in the month of September. Very disappointing. Shank by Dan Hess says, Tyler, what's up, Tyler? No record tonight, my friend. John Marinelli, enjoy the holiday weekend. Be safe, everyone. It's very nice of you. John, back at you. Appreciate you. That was I effing hate this place, Alec Bowe. It's kind of what it felt like, unfortunately. The choke is happening again. Look, the Phillies are still making the playoffs. Keep my head up as far as that's concerned. They're definitely making the playoffs. But it would certainly be a gut-wrenching thing if their bullpen just decided that this is the time that they were going to steal the headlines in a bad way, in a negative way. So I'm going to go ahead and hope that that's not going to be the version of the Phillies that we're going to see for the majority of September and into October. One thing, Kyle Schwarber, again, coming off a double-digit home run month, his best home run of the season, was able to do it again tonight for the Phils, getting them a 1-0 lead early. And then Trey Turner hitting another home run is also a great sign to see. Bryce Harper didn't have himself a good night. I also thought, who the heck was – I have to write down the home plate umpire's name. John Tumpane. Yeah. Not a good day. Not a good day. Couple of missed ones there. Schwarber came to the plate before Turner's home run, and that kind of changed the whole outlook. He had that first pitch that was a changeup away called a strike. I mean, it was close. I don't expect Kyle Schwarber, of all people, to be hacking at a changeup first pitch, especially if it's away. I think he's going to take that. I don't think he's not in protect the plate mode on the first pitch, but looked like a ball. It was called a strike. And one thing I will say about Alvarado, bottom line is he's got to find the strike zone. You can't walk 2 guys. You can't give up 2 hits in a third of an inning. The Brewers, I tip my cap to them. Still, the Phillies blew it. Don't get me wrong, but I tip my cap. They laid off some pretty big pitches there made by Alvarado that weren't strikes. He had to throw strikes, bottom line, but they did a good job of laying off pitches both against Jeff Hoffman, and then they also laid off some pitches there against Jose Alvarado that would have changed the outcome of the game, no question. But bottom line is the Phillies blew this more than the Brewers took it from them. And you really can't say anything otherwise when you give up a 3-run error in the bottom of the 8th inning and a 1-run, or then at that point it was a 1-run ball game. So certainly a rough one. Tomorrow the Phillies are going to be back at it against the Brewers. That game will be on Peacock, I believe is that. It's a Peacock game tomorrow, so don't miss. No, that's Fox. Sunday is Peacock. Tomorrow's game is on Fox. It's a 7:15 start in Milwaukee. Phillies are 74-60 on the season. The Brewers improved to 75-59 on the year. Aaron Nola will get the start for the Phillies, looking for a third straight great start by his standard this year. Colin Ray goes for the Brewers. Aaron Nola is 12-8 on the season with a 4.30 ERA, and he is coming off that great start that he had. Back-to-back great starts, 7 innings, 2 runs or fewer in both his last starts. He's coming off 7 scoreless, 1 hitter against the St. Louis Cardinals. And again, don't forget that St. Louis Cardinals lineup is a potent lineup, and he was able to calm that storm rather easily, holding them just 1 hit and issuing just 1 walk with 9 strikeouts. Before that, 7 innings, 2 runs against the San Francisco Giants. As for Colin Ray, he enters this ball game against the Phillies with a 5-5 record and a 5.11 ERA. He has not been the one worth bragging about in this rotation for the Milwaukee Brewers. 5-5 with a 5.11 ERA. He is coming off 2 horrible starts where he's allowed 11 earned runs in his last 2 starts, going 9 innings total in that span. He's been getting hit around. He's given up 4 home runs in that span as well. So if tomorrow is going to be a game to make you look forward to Sunday as a rubber match for the Phillies to win another series, tomorrow would be a good game to build that confidence and build that type of optimism going forward. But it's all going to come down to the bats, because this does not look like a time where the Phillies bullpen is going to come up strong for you. And if there's one positive I'm going to try to glean out of this, if there's one positive I'm going to try to wring out of this gross rag, it's that Craig Kimbrell did not have to pitch today. So maybe the rest will help him out a little bit, because he certainly looks like a guy that needs some time off. I saw him stretching there in the 8th inning. They showed him there with the shoulder stretcher, whatever the hell the thing's called. And he looked like he was trying to get that arm loose. And I was thinking, don't you pick up a baseball. Don't you pick up a baseball. And sure enough, he ended up not having to pick up a baseball. The Phillies just ended things with Jeff Hoffman out there on the mound, getting them, could have got him out of that jam, should have got him out of the jam, got him out of the jam as far as inducing a ground ball. But Alec Bohm, just to the kids at home, you got to get there. You got to shuffle your feet. You got to get over there and make that play. And Alec Bohm just wasn't able to do it. Oh, and also, kids at home, it's helpful if you're a pitcher. Throw strikes. In the strike zone and stuff, especially if the bases loaded, make him earn it. Don't just give him the free pass. That'd be nice too. So tomorrow, no show, no post-game show tomorrow, Sunday, or Monday. I don't even know if the Phillies are playing Monday or not, but I'll be off and back with you guys Tuesday morning for the Farzy show, and then Tuesday night for Phillies action as well. Alex Smith produced the program, did a wonderful job as per usual. This show is brought to you by Colony Pools and Power Washing. Make sure you guys check out all that Colony Pools and Power Washing has to offer. Have a great rest of your night. Have a wonderful holiday weekend, and hopefully the Phillies win this series from here on out. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.
Go passionately. Go fearlessly. Go confidently.
Go Birds!
Go confidently towards your goals with First Trust, Philly's hometown bank for nearly 90 years, and the official bank of the Philadelphia Eagles. We're focused on getting you over the goal line. So go with conviction. Go with trust.
Go Birds!
And go forward with us by your side. First Trust Bank, the official bank of Philadelphia dreams. Oh, and go Birds.
The greatest fans on earth. It's a bold statement, but would you expect anything less from Philadelphia? 58 years of heartache creates a toughness, a grit, a resolve not found in most. Sure, our prayers were answered, but now that we've had a taste, we're looking for more. Pondley Hockey, official partner of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Go to get your game on. Go for the beers. Go for the cheers. Go for the hit and the hits. Go for the stakes and the stakes. Go to get your parlay on. Go to get your party on. Go for the scene. Go for the screens. Go for the gallery. Go for the win. Go to Ocean. Visit theoceanac.com to plan your visit.
EAGLES. Eagles.